on ethnic political basis decide to support Tshisekedi in whatever endeavor, including doing what those murderers did to our people and what they are doing in Eastern Congo.
Of course, to my amazing people, my name is Edgo Odhiambo, a freelance journalist from Nairobi, Kenya. Tensions between Rwanda and South Africa have reached a boiling point following a series of a heated exchange between President Paul Kagame and Cyril Ramaphosa regarding the escalating conflict in East Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. This discord has amplified the already complex and volatile situations in the region, especially around the embattled city of Goma.
These leaders of M23 and the majority of their fighters came from Uganda, where they had been as refugees who ran away from or as a result of solving the problem of 2012, 2013, when these people moved to Uganda and others came here. I remember for specific actually number, those who came here were between 500 and 600, whom we disarmed and gave back arms to the government of DRC at the time, and had been kept here for a long time until when things as they kept changing, the government of DRC used to send even their officials to come and speak to people here where we had held them in camps, to speak them purportedly to resolve their problems.
At the heart of these rising tensions lies the ongoing violence in Goma, which has sparked a war of words between two prominent African leaders. President Kagame vehemently rejected accusations from South African officials who had labeled the Rwandan Defense Force as a militia. Kagame's strong statement came in response to South African criticisms of Rwanda's role in the conflict. He notably questioned the legitimacy of South African Development Community mission in DRC.
For the last 2 days, on Monday and today this morning, I spoke with the President of South Africa, who sought me out to speak with me on this matter because of their involvement in Eastern Congo. And he's also there pretending to be playing a peacemaker role, and he has a force that has been fighting alongside FDLR and has been fighting the M23 on the instructions of Tshisekedi, because these are people who are not supposed to be in Congo, that these are from Rwanda, or the M23 are not Rwandans, please. These are Congolese, and one time he accepts it, then another time he says no, part of it is yes, and then the other part is from Rwanda, and these are he keeps on. And how do we, leaders of our own countries, accept this to go on forever and just accept that we shall be manipulated by Tshisekedi or whoever is supporting him? And South Africa dares even issue threats about what is likely to happen after that, and so on and so forth. Of course, we will see what threats they are talking about. Maybe they should have done that exactly for which they have been issuing threats. They should have done it to clean up the mess in Eastern Congo, or to fight back those who have been trying to clean up the mess. So then you have the whole international community just confused. They talked about Rwanda, they talked about the Nairobi process. Honestly, even here, maybe you will help me understand what all this means. The processes became an end in themselves. And the people leading these processes became more important than the results of the processes. The Nairobi process became a whole process. Then the Rwanda process, it's like you can't say anything that will displease President Lorenzo. Definitely, this does not help deal with such a serious matters as we are faced with today.
Kagame also addressed President Ramaphosa's remarks concerning South Africans' casualties, particularly the claim that M23 rebels were responsible for the death of South African soldiers. In a sharp rebuttal, Kagame stated that Ramaphosa had personally confirmed to him that the deaths were not caused by M23 rebels but rather by the Congolese army, FARDC. Kagame suggested that South Africans' involvement in the DRC conflict had been miscalculated or deliberately provocative. On the other side, President Ramaphosa expressed sorrow over the death of 13 South African soldiers and strongly condemned the escalations of violence. He blamed the M23 rebels who had allegedly backed by Rwanda for attacking South Africans and allied peacekeeping forces. Ramaphosa took a firm stance, reaffirming that South Africa's military presence in the DRC was not an act of war against any state, but a commitment to regional peace and stability. He underscored the importance of respecting the territorial integrity of the DRC, adhering to international law, particularly the United Nations Charter. The public confrontation between Kagame and Ramaphosa exposes deep divisions among African leaders in their approach to the DRC crisis. While South Africa's development communities members have largely sided with the Congolese government against the M23 rebels, Rwanda's maintained that the DRC alliance with anti-Rwanda's military group is exacerbating the conflict. The replacement of the East African Community Regional Force with African military has further complicated the situation, with different regional interests clashing in a delicate balancing act. The international community has called for an immediate ceasefire and the withdrawal of foreign forces from the DRC, urging all parties to adhere to diplomatic negotiations. However, the increasing bitter rhetoric between Kigali and Pretoria threatens to derail these efforts and has heightened the fear of a large regional conflict. As the conflict in Goma continues to range, the diplomatic fallout between Rwanda and South Africa may further complicate the prospects for peace. While both countries argue for different approach to the crisis, the question remains whether the regional leaders will prioritize dialogue over confrontation. The stakes are high, the situation is precarious. If tensions continues to mount, the war of words could very well escalate into a more dangerous military confrontations, putting the entire region at risk. In these complex scenarios, the international community roles in mediating peace and fostering dialogue has never been more critical. However, with the current state of relations between Rwanda and South Africa, finding a peace resolution seems an increasingly elusive goal. I was your favorite host, Edgo Odhiambo, a freelance journalist from Nairobi, Kenya.
Things like this of last week erupted. We behave like we are surprised or we are concerned about humanitarian crisis, about this and that. Isn't persecuting and killing people and displacing them part of that humanitarian concern? So as East Africans, we sit here and then do what about it?